I want to tell a story about a trip. It's a true story. Plans to take a trip to Africa with a church that I attended about 7 or 8 years ago. I've never been out of the country before, so I didn't know the process or what it took for me to go on the trip. I was really excited. I wanted to go so bad. I always wanted to go to motherland. Well, it was requested by the organization, the organizer of the trip, the coordinator, trip coordinator. And they asked everyone that was going to go if they could give them their ID and social security card, which I did. And I guess a few days went by or something like that. And eventually they got back with us. I guess they used the information to do background checks or whatever. And of course, I'm not an angel. And I've fractured a few laws in my daytime. That's on the real. And I guess what they got back they wasn't pleased with. So instead of telling us or telling me why they decided not to take the trip, they ostracized me for about a year. Still couldn't understand what they were doing, why they were doing it, because nobody ever said anything. And come to find out, after they ostracized me and bullied me and pushed on me and harassed me for almost 6 months after that, I finally left their organization, their church. And lo and behold, they ended up going to Africa without me. It was just a handful of them. It was like their little clique, the pastor, the assistant pastor, the husbands, they all went on the trip. And I didn't find out about it until a few months later when I saw it on Facebook where they had went to Africa and bought a whole bunch of Africa clothes and things of that nature. I guess they got hair and stuff too while they were out there. Whoops, I might have even told what church it was. Oh well. Anyway, and this is way before I got my own passport and was making arrangements to go to Africa myself, because you can reject me all you want to, but as long as God gives me breath in my body, I will find a way to do stuff for myself. And that's exactly what I did. And that's something else. You have to look on TikTok to see what I said about that. But anyway, I've had a lot of people that said that they love me, and especially church folk. It wouldn't be hard for me to turn my back on church people because they have been doing it to me for many, many years. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say that whoever is out there and they depend on church people to do for them, don't do that. Don't depend on them. You depend on God, because He'll make a way. If it's meant for you to do, He will definitely make a way. And don't feel like you're not good enough, holy enough, righteous enough for people, because it's not them that you need to please anyway. It's God. And just make sure you're in good standings with the Father. Don't worry about people, because as loyal as I was to that church and the leader of the church, she still turned her back on me. She still threw me out. She still mistreated me. She still allowed her congregation to abuse me and ostracize me. And never came back and said she was sorry or anything. But I guess I'll see you in heaven anyhow.